Hey folks, it's me, Michael Bach, and this is Monday Morning Musings. Happy Monday, everyone. I hope this finds you well, safe, and healthy. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Thanks so much for stopping by. Please do remember to subscribe by clicking on the link, which is somewhere, to find out whenever I post a video, which is consistently on Mondays, except when it's not. I wanted to talk today about the new show, And Just Like That, which is on HBO, I think. If you're not familiar, it's the spin-off of the late 90s, early 2000s Sex and the City with Sarah Jessica Parker, Cynthia Nixon, and the other one. And if you haven't seen the show and you're not going to watch it, watch on. If you haven't seen the show and you are going to watch it, just be prepared. There are spoilers about to happen. So the show's been getting mixed-ish reviews. There have been some people who loved it and some people who not so much. And obviously, this is a follow-up to a very successful show that followed 4 women living in New York in the late 1990s. A lot has changed since then. And the story focuses on 3 of the 4. They wrote out Samantha, who didn't want to come back and do it. But it focuses on them as 50-something-year-old women still living in New York City. And there's a couple things I wanted to talk about that I actually like about it. I liked Sex and the City when it was originally on the air. I had a big problem with the show in that it focused on 4 white, able-bodied, straight-identified, very privileged women. Cis-gender. They didn't tackle issues of racism or gender. They focused on issues that 20-something and 30-something women would relate to at the time. And there's a couple things in this that I really like how they're approaching. First off is the conversation around gender. There are 2 storylines, gender and sexuality, I should say. There are 2 storylines in there that I think are really interesting the way they're dealing with them. One is Charlotte's child, Rose, comes out as trans, wants to be referred to as Rock. The other is Cynthia Nixon's character, who falls for a non-binary person, Che, who was assigned female at birth. And they deal with them in very matter-of-fact kind of ways. And they show, the struggle for Charlotte as she comes to terms with her child's identity. They show how Cynthia Nixon's character is struggling with her sexuality and doesn't understand why she's attracted to a person who's non-binary, and having been, heterosexual and married. And there's been a lot of criticism about that, saying that, the character is reflecting Cynthia Nixon's life and not reality because, of course, Cynthia Nixon is a lesbian. And I think that's just total nonsense because, of course, we know that Cynthia Nixon is a lesbian. If we didn't know that, then we wouldn't be making those comments. If it would just be that she's a good actor. The other storyline that or approach that I'm enjoying is the addition of characters of color. One of my biggest complaints about Sex and the City was all white all the time. Rarely did you see a person of color on that show, and it was usually, if not always, a completely incidental character. And with each of Carrie, Cynthia Nixon's character, why can I not? Miranda, there we go. With each Carrie, Miranda, and Charlotte, they have developed relationships with women of color, with friends of color. And it'll be interesting to see how that carries on throughout the season. keeping in mind that this is a 10-episode mini show. It's not going to go on past these 10 episodes. But I like how they're starting to bring in the reality of living in New York, where a high percentage of the population are people of color. So check it out. It's available on HBO, which in Canada is available through Crave, but in the US you can get it on HBO directly, whatever. Check it out. As Good as It Gets is available now for your binge-worthy pleasure. That's it. Thanks so much for watching. Please do remember to like, subscribe, and share the video. It's just a couple clicks, and the internet will thank you. And I will thank you. I will send you a gift basket. Also, if you haven't already done so, do connect with me on social media. I am at the Michael Bach on all the social media platforms, meaning Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Oh, and LinkedIn. There are no others. And pick up a copy of my book, my best-selling, award-winning book, Birds of All Feathers, How to Do Diversity and Inclusion Right. The title is right behind me. Why do I not? It's been a year. Whatever. Available wherever you buy books, as long as they're selling mine. Or you can go to michaelbach.com and click on the books to find out where you can get your copy. Also, if you haven't already done so, pre-order your copy of my new book, Alphabet Soup, The Essential Guide to LGBTQ2 Inclusion at Work, coming out March 29th. And you can get your copy at AlphabetSoup.LGBT. And if you order now, you will get a pretty awesome swag pack. That as a mug, it has a bookmark and a luggage tag and all sorts of fun stuff. So check it out. Limited time, so get your pre-order now at AlphabetSoup.LGBT. And last but not least, what are you doing on Tuesdays at 5 o'clock Eastern? You can check out my Instagram Live. I'm back doing my series Live at 5 every Tuesday from now until March 29th at 5 p.m. Eastern, and each time I have a guest. So I'm really excited. I have different guests coming in and talking about sexuality and gender. Tomorrow, I'm going to be having my friend Chris Crespo from EY down in New Jersey, who's going to come on and talk about their identity and their journey. So check it out. Go to Instagram /the Michael Bach to find out more. That's it. Thanks so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you next week for another episode of Monday Morning Musings. Bye.